advantage, but repeats. Yes, he was low on time, but Magnus has got to be thinking that that is a sign of weakness from Alireza. No belief.
Yeah, for sure. That was such a strange decision. I guess the risk was the H-pawn, maybe? Like in the long run, he felt himself losing control of the position. He felt like he couldn't move. He was mated. Oh, man.
That is odd. He could have repeated a bit later, surely. There's no rush. We're back to the C3 Sicilian. One of the trendier versions. This is a different move order. Normally, the bishop comes out to C4 in this opening, hits the knight in the center. A check has become trendy with some cute tricks here. And we'll see some exchanges in the center, likely from Magnus. He's not playing this for a draw necessarily, but he's playing it to frustrate Firouzja. There's no easy way for black to get a full-blooded fight in this opening. This is fascinating match strategy. He waited so long to play e4. Now he's hammering away against the Sicilian.
Yeah, now we get a big trade. Now, in the long run, isn't white better?
Maybe slightly with the outside pawn majority.
Yes,
3.
Yes, the 3 on 2.
C4 threatened. But black is rock solid for now. It's going to be difficult to look that far into the future. Bishop c5 is not possible right now, as a pawn would drop, although slightly tempting. Oh, he does go for it, Alireza, and then he's going to castle queenside, question mark, but this is a gamble, calculated risk here.
This is amazing, and Magnus knows he either takes the pawn and buckles up. He might, because he might feel like the last game, he got slightly away. He's like, yeah, all right, let's provoke. No, he just goes to the center, but now black is very happy.
Completed development. For everyone at home, queen takes pawn was possible, but black would have got an open file staring down at the white king. That was scary, scary stuff. So Magnus instead is retreating, but now black is more than fine.
Yes, the position is very comfortable now. Knight takes c3 looked cool, but it didn't work. Because the queen would have taken the queen with the check, and at the end white would be winning. Just don't worry, we're just yapping, as they say. Alireza is going to bring the second rook. He also has ideas to just start a pawn avalanche. F5, E5, E4, etc.
Ooh, especially now. The white queen might be kicked to some awkward squares. F5 is another reason to play that move. H7 would otherwise be dropping if you bring your rook into the center. Yeah, Magnus is low on energy again. I think he's just waiting for this section to end. It feels like he's always bringing his best at the beginning of the segment now. Bishop e3. I think exchanging everything would be too compliant, would just guide it towards equality.
Yeah.
But there we go. That's what happens.
There it is. Maybe he's just getting old.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I mean, that's just it, really. Like, you cut the segment by about 15 minutes, you know, and he'll be just right. But this is going to be a rook endgame that, again, he can play forever and ever. And this time he will, because it's not just an easy draw.
Yeah, it's consistent. It's part of a bigger match strategy. He's playing the C3 Sicilian for a reason. He wants to keep things under control, pragmatic. He wants to really annoy his younger rival. I'm expecting the king, there we go, to come into the center.
Now, the thing is, we're nearing the point that we're only guaranteed one more game. It's very important. The next game with white, Alireza will... Honestly, I have seen Magnus win so many positions with this outside pawn. I don't think it's going to happen here. And his other structure is split, isolated e-pawn, G and H. But just like Hikaru wins positions that he has no business winning, I've seen Magnus win rook in games that I'm like, how the... whatever, I can't even... So then now he's going to play for some b4 or some rook a2 stuff.
Yeah, this is not easy to immediately force towards a draw for Alireza. I mean, the inverse is true. Like, Alireza, one of his weaknesses has been known to be rook endgames historically. In the candidates, he's lost several kind of quieter-looking endgames. Yeah, it's not his forte. Magnus is certainly playing against the opponent, playing for this format as well. There we go, takes the open file.
For endgames at this level, first of all, you need a huge amount of pattern recognition inside your memory bank and famous games, famous training games probably, but you also do need intuition. The same intuition Alireza carries in his fiery games, Magnus carries in endgames, and just the truth is at this level, endgames are far more likely than crazy fire on the board, and that's why he's the best.
Exactly. Pawn to e4, he's saying, okay, I'm covering all the squares. Where are you going with your rook? Nowhere. Are you ever pushing any of these pawns? You might create some weaknesses. Maybe we'll see a minority attack of the white pawn stepping forward in the near future. Magnus loves pushing, especially the h-pawn. ultimately should be a draw, Levy, but he's eating time off the clock already.
This is one of those games that just like is a dagger. You know, like at the end of a basketball game, a shot goes in and that's it. An endgame grind, first time in the match, right? A pure endgame grind, like just like this, to get all the match time off the clock almost. 3-game lead, that is not what Alireza wants. It's a king and pawn endgame, David, but these are so tricky. It's not just 5-on-5 as a draw. There's so many subtleties.
Exactly, and probably it's easier to play white here. You have the potential to deflect, distract your opponent. Magnus now, blue arrow appears. E5 is a winning move. I think it just clears the path for the white king, and he misses it. That was not easy. Calculation was needed. But E5's there again, Levy, and it's getting more obvious now with the black king sidelined, away from the center. King F4 equally good. E5's coming. White's going to break through with an outside passed pawn.
Yeah, what did... I guess Alireza just saw E5, king D5 here, which is totally reasonable. It just looks like you're not breaking through. But all of a sudden, White is going to force an outside passed pawn.
Wow, this could be a gut-wrenching defeat for Alireza. It's going to be the two split pawns, the... What were you calling it? The crab yesterday with the G pawn, the H pawn, and then the B pawn deflecting the black king, but no, Alireza blocks it up. Magnus closes the gate, and the white king is coming. The race begins. Magnus making a face, smiling to the audience there. He knows he's winning. He's counted it out.
Magnus signaling for the crowd to applaud him 20 moves before the conclusion of the game because he's counted it out. 5-on-5. 5-on-5, king and pawns. And he gets it done. I called it. I called it like 2 minutes ago. It's crazy.
Wow, E5, what a move indeed. Magnus smiles, moves further ahead in this match.